Hi, I'm Ross Johnstone and I'm a retired general practitioner with 40 years experience as a practicing doctor. And I've just completed the spiritual style test and I'd like to share a few points with you. I found that my top scoring point was the doctrinal wing of the rational style, which means that my opposite style was the enthusiastic style. This really didn't surprise me at all because with my profession as a medical practitioner, I'd had to apply a rational style of approach towards diagnosis and treatment of patients so often that I wasn't at all surprised in this particular point. Recently, in a small group that we had, we were asked to express a thought about how we might have experienced the sensory style and how that something in that sensory line may have caused us to feel close to God. And as the sensory style is certainly part of the green sector as applies to me, I certainly felt comfortable in sharing about that. And it made me think about a time when I had a patient who had a blockage of one of the main carotid arteries, which in fact is the main feeding artery to the brain. And I thought that sharing about the experiences of that patient would be appropriate. And because he had a blockage, he was therefore experiencing what we call transient ischemic attacks, or little mini stroke affairs, and it was very important for us to endeavour to correct this blockage. And I happened to be the assistant surgeon at his operation, and it was incredible. At the moment when we opened that carotid artery and we were in the process of removing the atherosclerotic blockage that was causing his problem, I had his opened artery in my hand, and I really felt very close to God at that time. To think that the surgeon and I were basically just the plumbers correcting his arterial plumbing to his brain, but really God was the one that was providing the life-giving blood that was going to flow again after we were able to correct his blockage. And this really gave me a feeling of a sensory experience and being close to God. Another point that's worth sharing about the test that we've just done, as I mentioned before, the opposite style to my prominent style was that of the enthusiastic style. Interestingly enough, my wife has also done this test, and she has found, also not surprisingly, that her top main style was in fact the enthusiastic style. And this didn't surprise me at all, these results, because we've often had conversations through the years and on the point of miracles or faith healing events, and my wife has always been very quick to accept a reported event of a miracle or faith healing event, very quickly accepting it as being legitimate and celebrating that particular fact. In my case, because of the analytical approach that I've always had towards my job, I've tended to be somewhat skeptical and always felt like I wanted to test that the miracle or the faith healing event was in fact legitimate before accepting. That is not to say that I don't wish to have the experience of seeing and the experience of observing faith healing and miracle factors to be occurring in our day and age, I really do wish that I was able to see this and would celebrate the event if in fact I did see it. But I just had a feeling that it was important to test the premise, to test the event, and so that it becomes, in my mind, a legitimate factor and therefore contributes towards the truth of our Christian experience as we experience it. Thank you very much.